there's one thing I've learned from consistently waking up every day at 4 in the morning, I've learned the importance of taking action every single day. I used to have a different mindset around this. It's probably similar to you guys. It's the idea that we can do the thing, we can take the action occasionally when the motivation or the inspiration hits, when we feel like doing the thing. That's when we'll be most inclined to take the action. Now the problem with that though, and the reason why you need to do this every single day, whatever it is, you're trying to build a brand, a business, posting content, working on your social skills, dieting, building muscle, fixing up your mindset, like any new activity that you're trying to implement into your life to hit a higher level, or remove things from your life to hit a higher level. It's very important that you stay consistent with the thing. It needs to become a non-negotiable daily activity. Daily, it is a non-negotiable daily activity. Without that, it's going to be very, very difficult to make progress. Now, let me explain why, because this is a realization I've come to in the last couple months. I'm 34 years old. I've built businesses. I've worked on my physique. I've leveled up my social skills and dating life. I've spent $200K on mentors, $250K on mentors. I've been building the business for 6 years. I've made 7 figures off the business. I have 10 years of dating experience. Like, I know my shit with this stuff, guys. All right, the things that I have learned recently though, which shows you I can accomplish a lot without this mindset, but I have a new mindset around it that's allowing me to level up even faster. So let me explain this. It's the idea that, let's just say, hypothetically, you do take action 7 days in a row with the thing. Out of the 7 days that you took the action, you're only gonna have a tangible result, a noticeable result of improvement, some sort of win, maybe 1 to 3 times out of the 7. Let that sink in. If you take action towards something, it's 1 to 3 times out of the 7, there's gonna be a win. So let's just think about this for a second. And that's with doing it every single day. So when you're doing it every day, you're in rhythm, right? It's a lot easier to make an improvement because it's fresh in your mind. The experience is fresh. It's easy to tweak the dials. The longer time goes in between the experiences, the less frequently you can level up. So that's just one thing, but that's not even the point of what I'm trying to say in this video. It's the idea that if you go 1 for 7, let's just say even 2 for 7, right? If you go 2 for 7, but now let's think about this, and instead we don't take action every day. Let's say we only do it every other day, which is what most of you think would be a normal routine to do to get a result. Let's say we did every other day. Well, now instead of going 1 for 7 in a week, I went 1 for 7 over the span of 2 weeks. So only once in 2 weeks did I actually get a win. And when you're just starting to do a new activity or a new hobby, you're trying to crank up the intensity of something. If you're not getting a win on a weekly basis, which is a long time, if you're not getting at least a win on a weekly basis, it's gonna be really hard to stay motivated with that thing. Most of you dudes can't even go a couple of days without seeing a win to want to commit to something. Now we're already talking about 2 weeks. And also, that's assuming that we stayed with the same level of efficiency. You're not going to be at the same level of efficiency if you're not doing it every day. If you're doing it every day, you could go 1 for 7, 2 for 7. You split it up into every other day, every third day, the efficiency goes down. You're no longer converting 1 for 7. It would probably be 0.5 out of 7. So just think about this when it comes to filming content, when it comes to working on your diet, building your physique, social skills. Like, that was the problem I did with my social skills, right? I would just go out on Friday night and Saturday night. Now, let's just think about that. If I didn't get any kind of social interaction in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or maybe just very, very low levels of social interaction, nothing that really pushed the comfort zone that led to growth, that's 2 for 7. That means there was 5 days in between. And you know what would happen when I would do that? Friday night, I would be so fucking nervous. I would be so anxious. I'd be panicking at like Friday evening. I would already feel this pain right here in my chest. I would feel this shit in my chest knowing that, fuck man, tonight is the night I gotta go out and do the thing. I would already have a panic attack around the whole thing. I haven't even got out to the bar. And then you know what would happen? I'd start thinking to myself, damn, I don't really want to go out tonight. I would notice, I would start yawning. I would start getting really tired around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Because it was my brain trying to avoid going into the uncomfortable environment. So instead it would just start to trigger getting tired, getting sleepy, it's like trying to get you to avoid doing the thing. I've seen this a lot with clients too. They'll come out on boot camp, they're yawning like an hour in because they're having such an identity crisis internally that they're actually becoming mentally fatigued. Even though they're fully rested, it's funny. They're going against their identity so much that they become mentally fatigued. It's probably happened to you before. If you're trying to do some kind of work that you're not used to doing that work, and then suddenly you start getting tired. It's like, why am I getting tired right now? I just drank fucking coffee. It's the mental fatigue. But just understand this, guys. If there's an activity, a skill set, something that you want to be doing consistently, something that you want to build up, you need to do it consistently. It needs to just become a daily non-negotiable task, no matter what the fuck the thing is. Now look, there can be days where you go harder with it, right? Like if it, back to the social skills analogy, there can be days where maybe Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you have more free time, so you do go out for longer sessions to push even harder. And that's great. I encourage you to do that, but also understand that on the days in between, there needs to be a minimum action-based goal that is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. You need to push the comfort zone on those days too. Otherwise, you're going down. It's like 2 days of taking action, 5 days of going backwards. If it's not growing, it's dying. That's the mindset you need to have with whatever the skill set is. If it's not growing, it's dying on a daily basis. So it's like every day, if there's growth, cool, I'm moving up. Any day there's no growth, I'm going down. So if you go 3 for 7 in terms of like posting content or plotting out content or anything, man, like the days that you're not doing it, we're just resorting backwards. That's why as of recently, it's just become non-negotiable that I'm talking on camera every day. I'm filming one of these videos. And your brain's gonna come up with every excuse not to do it. Every day, my brain's like, well, I'm not even gonna post one of these every single day. So why do I film it every day? It doesn't make sense. Let's do it every other day. That way it could keep up with the posting schedule and I'll have more shit to talk about on the videos. That's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is, hey, fuck the posting schedule. I'm building a skill set here, right? So notice that my brain automatically went to a different excuse to not do the thing that's not even correlated to me. Like, I'm more focused on the consistent action because that's what's gonna build the skill set. And over the span of years, the skill set will get so great that I just become undeniable at the thing. You guys are so focused on the micro, the day-to-day, what's the result I'm gonna get out of it this week? And when you're looking at it from that scope, you're never gonna get it, especially if you're not doing it consistently. Because if you don't get a win weekly with the thing, how the fuck are you gonna stay motivated, especially when you're going through this by yourself? Look, if you have a mentor, if you have a community of dudes also going through it, they can kind of get you through those tougher times where weeks are going by, where you're in a rut. And that might help keep you motivated. But most of the dudes who are going through this alone, when you hit those low points or a week goes by with no win, and now you have negative self-talk, and then you take a couple days off and you start reverting backwards, it's a slippery fucking slope, dude. And I've been there. Very slippery slope. So main takeaway from this video, guys, I'm just giving you additional reasons why you absolutely you need to make that mindset shift that it's just every day. It's non-negotiable. That doesn't mean it's every day for life. Some of you guys get turned off at that idea. Well, I can't do this for life, so I'm not gonna, it's like, dude, I'm not gonna get up at 4 a.m. every day for the rest of my life. I don't think it's optimal, but I do think that for right now, it makes the most sense for me to keep doing it, right? So it's like, just stick to the daily action. It's gonna lead to a lot of growth, all right? If you want help with this, you can't do it by yourself. Or maybe you're making progress, but you just want to turn up even faster. Links in the description, guys. Fill out the application for an opportunity to work with me. That's all for this video. See you tomorrow.